What's up, guys? Just a quick fragrance discussion. It might drag on a little bit long, but just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on it. Hopefully all of you are doing very well. We are all in, well, most of us anyway, are in fragrance groups on Facebook. Well, a lot of times people want to sell things, make a little bit of a profit because things are discontinued. So that's kind of what I want to discuss a little bit today. Wanted to get your thoughts on it. Again, it's hard when you purchase a fragrance and you take care of it and you get it 10 years ago and then now it's discontinued. It's like anything discontinues, or if they don't make it, what happens? The prices go up. So what do you do as a seller? Do you kind of take advantage? Like, if you know they're selling for a certain amount, do you take advantage of that and sell it for that? Or do you be kind of cool and be like, you know what, I only paid 200 bucks for it, so I'm going to sell it for that. So you see in these fragrance groups in a lot of discussions where it's like, why would you price gouge, or why are you taking advantage? Well, again, it's that person's, choice to keep a fragrance for the years or collect it or maybe get a backup bottle. Then no one knows what's going to happen. It could continue on for, just like most fragrances do, forever. So the one I'm kind of discussing, this one was a discussion in the fragrance community. Of course, this one's Fortnum & Mason, the perfume from Raja, and it looks like that, the bottle. It's beautiful. I got this when it first came out. I got 2 bottles, of course. So this one is my brand new fresh bottle, only sprayed like 1 time, and then I have a bottle that I do use, special occasions. Great fragrance. There's tons of notes in there. The big one that stands out is a peach note, which is really, really beautiful with all the other ingredients that go in there with it. So I believe maybe 6 months ago this one discontinued, and then it was on. People are listing them and $1,000, $1,500, all these things. So I don't understand that part. Well, I do understand that part of it. That's what people are going to do. So I guess we just kind of, have to live with it. If you want the bottle that bad, people will pay up for it. It's kind of like anything. If you have a car and they made a limited 3, amount of 3 of them, and that's it. So there's only 3 in the world or whatever, that's probably going to be a pretty pricey car. If there's thousands and thousands of cars that are being made just like that, it's just all about demand. So just kind of wanted your thoughts on it. Of course, some people in that middle bracket are, a very person who can afford anything, of course, might not have an issue with it. A person who might not be able to afford something kind of is like, we're really, let us have a chance, so really great, discussion with these things. And, I am a collector. I was, like I said in my earlier videos, how I got into this is from the baseball card world. And my gosh, I could kick myself now because I would definitely be retired probably twice now with all the cards that I've had. And sold them all well before COVID, and then COVID hit. Now everything's just crazy. It's definitely, it's not a young man's, game anymore, which is kind of sad as well, with boxes of cards and all that. You just can't get them as cheap as you could. So not to drag this discussion on too long, but just wanted your thoughts on, a discontinued fragrance, and, or maybe like, I know like the Tom Ford Private Blend, just say, right in the middle or the end of 2013, there was that, IFA, or FRA for ingredients. So you can't use, like true oak moss anymore in certain ingredients. So, a lot of times before that 2014 mark of all the Tom Ford Private Blends, they're incredible. They last longer, they perform well, they're just amazing fragrances. Not saying they're not great now, but it's just different. So people are going to pay up for that. People are going to pay $200 for oud wood now. They'll pay for an original gold label, one from 2010 or 11, and they're gonna pay up for that bottle. So, but guys, just a quick discussion. This one came to my thought. Of course, it was a as soon as people found out it was discontinued, that's when it's like, boom, game on. People are listing them, and whoever had them. Again, I love to hold on to my stuff, so I'm not saying that I'm selling these things, but if what are your thoughts? Would you would you sell it for what you paid for, or would you take advantage of the money that that can be made when they are rare now and someone really wants it, that bad? So just a quick, I wanted your thoughts on it, but hope everyone is doing well, smelling well. Again, I don't want to do this video to hurt anyone's feelings or say that people are bad if they want to make money, or if they're good if they want to sell it for what they paid for. That means nothing to me. If I really want something that bad, I don't think anything. There's a Diaghilev Raja, the original, like with the spray thing and everything on there. I mean, that you could have probably purchased for $500-$600, I guess, back when it came out in 2010, I believe. And there was someone that I was talking to that wants $3,500 for it, but he just won't send it to the U.S. So it's like, do I want it that bad, or it's like, you know what, I'm going to hold off on that. But again, it's not, 2010, so I can't pay that for that, and I understand that. So, all right, I know I drug on way too long like I normally do because I like to hear myself talk, but hope you guys are all doing well. Let me know a fragrance that you have in your collection that is discontinued now, and you can get some pretty good money for it. And what would you do? Would you put it on eBay and really try and get the money, or in the fragrance group, or would you be like, you know what, I only paid this for it. This is what I'll get for it. So, all right, guys, Rise Fragrance 34. I can't thank you enough for always supporting my channel, supporting me, and this crazy hobby and passion that we love so much. All right, Rise Fragrance 34. Talk soon.